Currently, we're first place with 68 points, 2 points ahead of RB Leipzig, who have 66 points. We will be playing Dortmund in the DFB Pokal final here, as well as in the Champions League. We are 3-1 up against PSG here on aggregate, and so we are going to sim this game versus PSG here. Now, Manu does have a red card, so we're putting Dahoud and Højlund on the bench. And this game is going to end with a 2-1 win here, with Gittins and Arda Güler scoring, as we do win 5-2 on aggregate as well. Now our next game here is going to be against Bayern Munich, who are in 5th place, and they're going to kick up the game here. Elise has the ball. They're probably just going to dribble this up here. Now we missed a tackle there, but Larson wins the ball. Gets this over to Ekitike. Now we're going to get this through to Gittins, who gets past the defender here. Now we're going to pass that back to Arda Güler. Over to Manu. Now Bakayoko with the ball, gets that through to Ekitike, takes a shot, but that's going to be saved by Ederson there. Now Musiala has the ball here, gets it over to Brian, who gets it to Harry Kane there. Now Elise with the ball, gets that through to Brian, takes a shot, and that's going to be blocked by Branthwaite, but Harry Kane heads it into the goal there, and Trubin lets that in, goes off his shoulder, I think. Now Arda Güler gets this over to Bakayoko. Now running down the wing here. Now we're going to try and cross this in or something. Get that to Arda Güler here. Over to Manu. Back to Ekitike here. Gittins with the ball, takes a shot. And that's a great goal by Jamie Gittins to equalize us up here in the 22nd minute. But now Harry Kane with the ball here. Gets past our defenders there, and that is not good. But Schlotterbeck gets a foot to it, I think. As Musiala has the ball here. Gets that through to Kane, but Schlotterbeck with a great interception. As Larson gets this forward to Gittins here, but it gets tackled off the ball there. Now Kane gets that through to Musiala here. Musiala has the ball. Getting this to Elise. Harry Kane with the shot, but that's a great block by Branthwaite there. As Elise has the ball again, but Schlotterbeck with a great interception, but just loses the ball there. Trubin with a great save, as Manu gets that to Arda Güler. Tried to get that to Gittins, but that's going to be intercepted there, as Musiala has it. But Trubin comes and collects the ball there. As now Musiala has the ball again here, gets past Garcia. Harry Kane with the ball, but Branthwaite with a great tackle there. As Gittins has the ball here. We're going to get this forward to Arda Güler here. Over to Ekitike, but that is going to be offside there. As now Bakayoko has it again here. Try and lob this over to Ekitike again, who is going to be offside again as well. Unlucky there. But now Musiala has the ball. Brian with it, gets this to Kane. Takes a shot, but that's going to go just wide of the goal there. His friend Garcia gets this forward to Gittins. Over to Ekitike here. Gets past the defender. Cuts in here, takes a shot, and that's a great goal by Hugo Ekitike to make it 2-1 here in the 77th minute. As we get this over to Manu, back to Ekitike, forward through to Bakayoko. Gonna get this over to Ekitike if we can, takes a shot, and that's gonna be another goal by Ekitike here, and I skipped the celebration there. But now Musiala has the ball here. Harry Kane, great block by Branthwaite though. As this game is going to end here with us achieving a 3-1 win, so our lead against Leipzig increases. But now we have first leg versus Villarreal in the semifinals of the Champions League, which ends as a 1-1 draw, with Arda Güler scoring and Villarreal getting 2 red cards there. So second leg should be a bit easier. Now we are going to play the second leg here, as Arda Güler gets this over to Bakayoko. Now, lose the ball there, but Bakayoko wins it again. Managed to keep it in. We're going to cross this over if we can to Ekitike. Gittins with the shot, and that's going to be a great goal by Gittins there, who puts us 2-1 up in the 3rd minute. And now they get this to their striker. Takes a shot, but Trubin with a great save there. As now Manu has it, gets this forward to Bakayoko. Can he get past the defenders? He gets us to Artiguler here. Tried to get that to Ekatike, but that's going to be intercepted there. As now Kamanzi has the ball here. Gets us to Castellanos. Branthwaite with a great interception, but the striker wins the ball from him and scores to make it 1-1 here in the 19th minute. And that is unlucky there from Branthwaite. Couldn't clear it out before. Now Artiguler has it, gets us over to Larson. Back to Ekatike here. Through to Gittins, takes the shot, and that's going to go just wide of the goal there. Now Andino has the ball here. Gets us to Mmenga, who does score, but that is going to be offside there. So now Bradley has the ball here. Gets that through to Bakayoko, who does lose the ball there. But now Andino gets tackled by Bradley, but doesn't lose the ball. So now Schlotterbeck needs to do good here defensively. But they do score that to make it 2-3 on aggregate, or 2-1. Now Mmenga has the ball here. Gets us forward to their winger. Now he has the ball. Gets it through to their striker there. And takes a shot, but Chubin with a great save there. And Fran Garcia gets that out for our corner there. But now Fran Garcia, or Castellanos, has the ball here. Gets that to their striker. Goretzka with the ball here. Takes a shot, but Branthwaite with a great block there. As Artiguler has the ball here. And we just need to run here past the defenders. Try and get it to Gittins here. Now Gittins has the ball. Gets that through to Ekatike. Takes a shot. And that's a great goal by Hugo Ekatike to equalize us 3-3 on aggregate. Or 2-2. But now Artiguler has the ball here. Gets that forward to Ekatike. Through to Gittins here. We could probably get this back to Ekatike if we can. Takes a shot. And that's a great goal by Ekatike there. And great assist by Gittins. As Mmenga has the ball here. Branthwaite with a good interception. Gets through to Artiguler. Through to Gittins. Or cross that over to Ekatike. Takes a shot. And that's a great goal by Ekatike. And a great assist by Jamie Gittins. As Ekatike scores to potentially secure the win here. As now Andino has the ball here. Bradley with the tackle there, but loses the ball again. As now Mmenga has it. Takes a shot, but Schlotterbeck blocks it, and Fran Garcia blocks the second one. Gets us to Artiguler, through to Ekatike, but this game is going to end 5-3 on aggregate, or 4-2, as we manage to make it to the Champions League final, where we are currently first place in the league, tied on points with Leipzig this time, with 76 points. And we will be versing Arsenal in the Champions League. But for our final Bundesliga game of the season, it is versus Dusseldorf. As Bakayoko has the ball here. Gets past here. Gonna cross this over to Artiguler. Gets this to Ekatike here. But just misses the ball. Couldn't get a good touch on it for a shot. But now Artiguler has it. Gets us through to Ekatike. Can Ekatike get past the defenders here? Tried to get that through to Bakayoko. But now Menu has it. Gets us to Ekatike. We're going to get this forward to, if we can, but couldn't. Takes a shot. But that's going to be saved by the keeper there as we get this over to Artiguler. To Larson. Takes a shot. And that's going to go just over the goal there. It could have been 1-0 there. And that's going to be a bad pass there by Branthwaite. But Artiguler wins the ball back. Gets this to Ekatike. Tried to get that through to Gittins there. But Artiguler heads that over to Ekatike, who does keep the ball here. And we're going to pass that back to Menu. Over to Bakayoko, but that's going to be intercepted. It was not a good pass there. But Schlotterbeck wins the ball back here. Gets this through to Artiguler. Through to Ekatike here. It's a great pass by Artiguler. Cuts in, takes a shot. And that's a great goal there, right into the top corner. Just before halftime here. As now Gittins has the ball. Gets this through to Ekatike. Takes a shot, but that's going to be saved by the keeper there. Now Artiguler with the ball. Gets this through to Ekatike. And we're going to get that through to Bakayoko this time. We're going to try and get this over to Should have taken it with Ekatike, but I thought they were going to block it. And that's some great dribbling by their left winger. Gets past Bradley there with the nutmeg, I think. But now Girassi has it. Gets that through to Yeps. As Larson gets the ball to Arteguler. Ekatike with it. Gets that through to Gittins here. Now we're just going to pass this over to Arteguler. Takes a shot, but that's going to be blocked. Gets it over to Menu. Back to Arteguler. Cuts in, takes a shot, and that's a great goal by Arteguler there in the 72nd minute to make it 2-0 here. As now their right winger has the ball, or left winger. Now Menu gets this over to Larson. Through to Gittins. We're going to cut in here. That's some great dribbling by Gittins there. Takes a shot. And that's a great goal by Jamie Gittins, who scores to make it 3-0 minutes after Bakayoko scored. I think it was Bakayoko. No, Arteguler. Takes a shot, but Trubin with a great save there. Gets down low fast. Tried to cross it over to Ekatike. Arteguler has it. Gets it to Gittins. Bakayoko with the ball. Takes a shot, but that's going to be blocked by the defender. And that's going to go to their winger here. As this game does end 3-0. As we do manage to win our first trophy of the season, which is the Bundesliga. So we just have the DFB Pokal here versus Dortmund. It's the squad we're going to use for the game here. But Trubin has reached 90 rating. So he does get the footwork plus playstyle. Decent playstyle. Would have preferred something like far reach. But now Adeyemi with the ball here as they kick off the game. Now Frattesi gets this over to Adeyemi again. But Fran Garcia with a great tackle there. Gittins has it. Gets it through to Arteguler. Gonna cross it over to Ekatike, but that's gonna be cleared out by the defender. As Sunset wins the header there. But Brandt with a great tackle. Gets this through to Bakayoko. Over to Ekatike here. We're gonna get that through to Bakayoko again here. Over to Gittins, or Ekatike. Takes a shot, but that's going to be saved by Cole. So we cross this in with Arteguler, and that's not going to be that good of a cross. As two of our players take a shot, but hit it off the defenders. Arteguler crosses to Ekatike, but that's going to be a bad header as Schlotterbeck shoots it and heads it, and it goes out. But now Patrick Schick with the ball there. As Larson does make the interception, but it still goes to the player. As Larson loses the ball again there. Sunset with it. Gets past our defenders with a great goal there. Outside of the foot shot in the 33rd minute to give Dortmund the 1-0 lead. And now Schlotterbeck with the ball here. Crosses that over to Wharton, but Bradley with a great interception there. Or great block. Now Arteguler has it. We're trying to pass this back to Gittins here. Over to Ekatike. Takes a shot, but that's going to be blocked by the defender there. So Arteguler has it. And that shot is going to go wide. We kick off the second half here with a pass through to Ekatike. That's a great pass. Ekatike wins the ball here. Back to Bakayoko. Takes a shot. That's going to be a great goal by Bakayoko there, who scores to make it 1-1 here just after halftime. As Adeyemi gets this over to Sabitzer, who gets that through to Schick. And that's a great save by Trubin there. But there's going to be a free kick here with Sunset taking the free kick. See if he makes it. And that's going to go just wide of the goal there. But Arteguler with the ball here. Through to Ekatike. Now Ekatike has the ball. Can't get past, but Arteguler gets it to Bakayoko, who scores his second goal of the game here to give us a 2-1 lead in the 64th minute. As Arteguler gets that through to Ekatike here. And this can be 3-1, but that's going to be offside there. But now Schick keeps the ball, gets this over to Kudus. But Trubin with a great save there. As Frattesi has the ball, gets this to Kudus. And Bradley can't make it. But that's some great dribbling by Kudus there. Frattesi gets this to Schick, and that's not going to be a foul there, so we got lucky there. But Brandtweight gets this over to, or tries to get it over to Larson, but Frattesi intercepts it. Wharton with the shot, but that's going to go just wide of the goal there. As this game ends 2-1 here, with us achieving our second trophy of the season, win the DFB Pokal. So now we have a double here And we do have the chance to go for a treble with the Champions League final versus Arsenal, but Larson does have a red card here. So we are going to put in Højlund for him instead of the Hood. Changed my mind about the Hood there, who has less defensive stats than Højlund. But now Arda Güler here kicks it off to Bakayoko. We're going to get that back to Arda Güler if we could. We're just going to keep on dribbling here. Gets this to Bradley. Going to cross this over to Gittins. Tried to get the shot off but couldn't, as that's going to go back to their Arsenal. Now Jokeres is with the ball. Gets that through to Saka. Saka gets past our defenders there, takes a shot, but that's a great save by Trubin, who hits it off his foot, I think, or his knee. But now Arda Güler is running down the wing here. Does he have the pace to get past the defenders? But he just cuts in here. Gets that over to Fran Garcia there. It's a great pass there. Fran Garcia is going to cross this over to Gittins. And we missed the headers there as the keeper collects it. But now Bakayoko is going to cross this in over to Gittins there. But Rice wins the header as Ekitike tries to get that to Arda Güler, but that's going to hit off Højlund's head as Jokeres has the ball. As Tillman now has it. And Bradley with a great interception there. Gets this through to Bakayoko. Now running down the wing here, we're going to cross that over to Ekitike. And that's going to be cleared by Jurien Timber. Now Mainu has it, gets this over to Bakayoko. Through to Arda Güler here. We're going to take the shot, but that's going to be saved by the keeper there. As now Jokeres has the ball. But Schlotterbeck with a great interception there, or a great block. As Anguissa gets this over to Saka. Branthwaite with a great tackle there. Now Bakayoko gets this over to Højlund, who gets that through to Ekitike. Great shot by Ekitike, and that's going to be 1-0 here in the 38th minute, with Højlund getting his first assist of the season in his first ever game of the season. But now Jokeres has the ball here. Gets this to Saka. And we just need to not let them get a shot off. And Fran Garcia passes that straight into Saka there. As Jurien Timber, or no, that's not Jurien Timber. But Tillman gets past Connor Bradley there. As Jokeres has the ball, gives it to Timber, takes a shot, but Trubin with a great save there. But now Fran Garcia has the ball, gets this over to Gittins. Gittins gets past the defender there. Now we just need to run forward here and cross this over to Ekitike if we can. But we're just going to pass it back to Arda Güler, over to Ekitike, or takes a shot instead. But now Saka with the ball, Fran Garcia with a great tackle there. Now we're going to get this forward to Bakayoko here, back to Ekitike here. Gets past the defenders, or tried to get past the defenders. But now Declan Rice has the ball here, and Fran Garcia just lets him get past there as Declan Rice is through. But now Jokeres has the ball, gets to Rodrigo, back to Jokeres, takes a shot, and that's going to be 1-1 here in the 75th minute. Now Arda Güler has the ball here. We're going to get this through to Gittins here, through to Ekitike, takes a shot, and that's going to go just wide of the goal there, and that could have been 2-1 there. As Jokeres hits that into Schlotterbeck. Gets us through to Gittins here. Now we just need to run forward here. Now gets past the defender there. Passes this to Ekitike. Takes a shot, and that's going to be 2-1 here in the 85th minute. As Gittins with a great run there to get past all the defenders. And gives it to Ekitike for an easy goal. Now we just need to hold off here for the last couple minutes. As Arda Güler gets that to Ekitike. Past Saliba here. But he gets taken down there. As Fabio Vieira gets to Rodrigo. But this game is going to end here with us winning the Champions League 2-1 versus Arsenal, as we do complete our treble. So we got the Bundesliga, the DFB Pokal, and Champions League finally. And now the Bundesliga team of the season is basically all of Frankfurt players. But now Ekitike was our highest goal scorer with 40 goals and 15 assists here. followed by Ardagula, who had a great debut season with 26 goals and 19 assists, and then Bakayoko with 25 goals and 13 assists, followed by Jamie Gittins with 23 and 17. So I'll see you guys in the next episode, and let me know which club I should do next, or if I should continue with Frankfurt here and maybe switch club. I'll see you guys in the next episode, so bye.